Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video where I give you guys the daily crypto news in a bite-sized format so you can just quickly watch it and go on with your day without any BS, without any extras. And if you guys are liking that, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to really support the channel. And also, the question of today is, what is your favorite piece of fruit and possibly why? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let's get into the daily crypto news. First of all, Ripple and Bitso wire 84.5 million XRP, but the XRP price expected to fall from 19 cents. So it's actually quite interesting, right? There's a lot of news going on, yet still prices are not moving that much, which leaves a lot of people to wonder what's going on with that. Well, Yuri here says Ripple and its Mexican ODL partner Bitso wired a gargantuan amount of XRP as the liquidity index surges. However, analysts expect the price to reach 19 cents and decline, basically stating, alright, this volume that Ripple is, moving through with ODL, which is a part of RippleNet, is ridiculously large and it's actually growing at an extraordinary rate. It might ramp up the price to about 19 cents, which is about 1 cent from here, which might be about 8%, and then fall back down. That's basically the suggestion, and that's the possibility that they are talking about in this article. You can see if you scroll a little bit further, you can see a little bit more talks. Basically here, you'll see what happens. Next, XRP Crypto Wolf on Twitter posted, Chairman of the Russian State Duma Committee on Financial Markets confirmed that the crypto bill, which provides regulatory framework for crypto, has been completed. The chairman explained that the bill provides the definition of cryptocurrencies, and this is actually a really big statement coming out from them because earlier, I believe yesterday, we discussed that Russia was stalling most of their opinions and whatnot because of the COVID, but right now it seems that they've already finished something and it's going to be coming out relatively soon for the whole public to see. Bitcoin bulls can take Bitcoin price to 8,000 amid report of $10 oil inevitable. So the oil crisis is still going on. America, Russia, UAE, everybody's talking about it right now. Media, $10 oil could last the whole of Q2, and that could be one of the big price changes for Bitcoin. Bitcoin surged higher earlier on Thursday as anticipation built around an end to the ongoing oil war, which, according to the United States Donald Trump, could send the price of a barrel to just $9. So a little bit of perspective for y'all. The UAE and Russia are having a price war right now, or I guess it's easier to say an oil war of the quantity of oil and the distribution of oil. And basically, the UAE has about $3 worth that they need to sell. Wait, let me rephrase that. The UAE can make profit on $3 per oil. Russia can make profit on $30 per barrel, right? At least that's what I read up on a couple of, weeks ago. And I'm assuming that that's the truth. I think Russia is not liking the current price where it's at right now. But there's still a big war going on, and I think it's definitely quite interesting to see how this all affects Bitcoin, but still as of this point, it's not a direct correlation. It's not sure that this is going to go through. Trader who predicted XRP would hit 13 cents thinks this comes next. In the middle of February, when the crypto market, XRP included, was pumping to multi-month highs, emotions were running high, and there was a class of Bitcoin investors who expected their favorite orange coin to rocket past its 20K all-time high by the time of the halving, as irrational as that may sound now. So, one of prominent crypto traders shared the below chart depicting that the XRP, then at 27 cents, was on the verge of falling by 50% towards a potential long-term bottom between 13 and 15. Many shunned the sentiment. So it's pretty obvious and understandable that people do not like to see these types of charts. These types of charts are bearish and thus are expecting the price to go down. And analysts who give them are either being realistic or pessimistic, and the line between that is a pretty thin line. And thus, oftentimes when people share these analyses, it's mostly to bash the altcoin. And when people say this is mostly to bash XRP, not necessarily because they really think the price is going to go down, because most of the time, if something like this were to happen to XRP, it will happen to generally the whole crypto market. But that's just my opinion on that matter. XRP could continue lower, accurate analyst foresees, and this is the part where I should warn you guys for, which I like to do always. Accurate analyst foresees. No analyst is really that accurate in the crypto space, guys. They're all, they've done a couple of good calls. Doesn't mean they'll be right the next time. There's 0% guarantee that they all will be. So if he expects it to go lower, that's his opinion, and you do with it as you please. But don't take this for the truth. It's just a different opinion. For every analyst who says it's going down, there's equally, if not more, who are saying the exact opposite once more. And so take that in the back of your head, take it all with a grain of salt, and watch carefully, because nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows exactly what's going to be happening. Nobody sees the future. Xiao Wang says, BTC order book, while I'm short-term cautious due to macro conditions, it can't get any more long-term bullish than this, because of course the book is just filled with long. So with a lot of people trying to buy at lower prices, there's just a big backup, and not that many people trying to sell at higher prices, meaning over a longer term, it's doing pretty solid. Ripple news today. Ripple keeps expanding in Asia as the XRP token struggles to cross 18.7 level. Well, we have actually seen a lot of progress coming in Asia. This article itself, though, it again is not that good. It's always from Smart Ethereum. I don't recommend the website. They don't have quality-filled articles. But yes, Ripple is doing pretty good in Asia right now. SCB, as we discussed in a video yesterday, has just again made a video on Twitter. Ripple shared it on there, of how much money they're being utilized right now, or that is being utilized right now due to RippleNet. Really quite amazing. And the price is not reacting to it though. Bitcoin options worth 7.8 million set to expire today. Drop to 6,000 or 5.8 thousand. So there's a couple of scenarios that could be happening right now as these options are to expire. But to quickly read through it, as of April 3rd, 2020, Bitcoin options worth $8 million or 11,500 Bitcoin option contracts will expire, and this might have an effect on the spot prices. Bitcoin options and futures are popular products that institutional investors invest in, especially considering the size of their investments. Hence, a surge in open interest and volume in either of these products would to an extent indicate institutional activity. After the 13 March disaster, the options and futures market on CME and BACT dried up. However, they have been seeing a surge in recent times. BTC options open interest by expiry. And at press time, however, 11.5 thousand option contracts were set to expire, and as seen before, the expiry of sizable options or future contracts has an implication on the spot prices of Bitcoin, and surely enough, there is a chance today's expiry will push the price down. Additionally, the open interest on Deribit, CME, and BACT will face a small dip after these options expire. Further, other actions like the CME futures gap, Bitcoin's technical indicators, etc. are also indicating that there's a possibility that the price will go down. Take, for example, the Bitcoin price, which is already in the resistance zone explained in a previous article. The price saw a brief escape from this resistance range, 65 to 6,900. However, due to the excessive bearish pressure, the price fell back to the zone and was moving sideways at the time of writing. Why Bitcoin crossing the 4-hour 200 MA is huge news. Bitcoin posed to cross a major threshold. The price is moving up, but can it hold? So historically, the 200 MA is one of the biggest indicators of something big, right? And in this case here, they're trying to exploit it, I believe, in the article here, or at least some analysts are trying to really make it look like a bigger deal than it actually is, because on the 4-hour chart, a 200 MA might be some crazy for the bulls, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. And since right now the macro conditions are not that solid for a Bitcoin bull run, it's just another bet that you're placing. There's no guarantee, and there's literally nothing that we fetch from this one right here. It is not necessarily a buy for all of us. It's not necessarily anything big, so I would again be cautious with it, but it's something you can take up in yourself for if you were considering to buy right now. There are some chances the price is going to go up, as Pierre says here. 1 hour to go for bulls to reclaim our 4200 EMA. Still running the show here. For your information, last time we reclaimed it was January 5th and only lost it on February 25th. Would be an encouraging sign for bulls, but still a lot to fight to win this area. I guess another crazy day for us in Bitcoin. I love you, Bitcoin, because I think they did well and we crossed over it. I think that's what he's trying to say right there. And thus, again, whenever it crosses, there's a good chance we will stay above it for a little while. We'll do good in prices, but it's not a guarantee. This was Mike Novogratz may hang his spurs if Bitcoin doesn't hit 20K in 2020. It was just again another confirmation that there's a lot of people really betting on Bitcoin hitting $20,000 or even more in 2020. And some people have made some crazy claims, like I think John McAfee and Mike Novogratz here. They've all done some crazy claims of what they will do if we don't hit those prices. And we shouldn't forget, because we really should bash them if something goes wrong and they have to deliver on their promise. I think it's going to be an interesting time at the end of the year. 3 altcoins to consider in this time of world crises: Ethereum, EOS, and Binance Coin. Well, Ethereum and EOS, both platforms. EOS, I guess, more from the East. Ethereum, actually also from the East historically. But really, these both coins are platforms, which means right now there's a lot of players on there doing their stuff, specifically Ethereum. Binance Coin, whenever there's a bull run or bearish run or whatever, at all times, this coin could still go up ridiculously much because it's the coin that Binance has on there to lower the trading fees, and thus a lot of people will be buying that to lower the trading fees, and thus it's always a popular coin. And in a wartime or crisis time, many people trade, right? And thus Binance Coin could be doing good. In a crisis time, many people sit home, and thus they might be playing games, for which Ethereum is good. EOS is just a little bit of an addition to there. They just think it's a promising one. CoinMarketCap CEO exclusive interview, the future after Binance acquisition, and back to 2013 when Dogecoin reached $400. Actually, nothing too important right here because we discussed most of what we needed to know about the acquisition of CoinMarketCap by Binance. We talked about that before. The only big question or debate here is what exactly is going to be happening, right, for CoinMarketCap afterwards. But they're stating that there will not be much of an effect on it whatsoever, because people were asking whether it will have a positive effect for BNB. But they're saying here that we'll run independently, still all the way from Binance, and thus nothing much should be happening to it. And here's a little bit of a history check on when Dogecoin hit a ridiculously high price. That's actually all of it. Huobi Wallet to integrate crypto lender cred, allowing users to earn interest. I think this is another sign of crypto adoption coming along pretty nicely here, because pledged assets will have a monthly interest. People could be earning some money on holding some coins right there, which I think will allow some more people to put their money in and hold it on there. But as I've always told you guys, I recommend the Ledger wallets. Link is in the description below. Use it myself, and you can store XRP on there. You can store almost any coin you can think of on there, and it's a hard wallet, so your money is not stuck in exchanges, because as I've said, if your money is on an exchange, if the exchange goes away or goes down or something happens to it, you've lost your money. So make sure you buy yourself a hardware wallet. It's always worth it. Links in the description, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. If you'd like this approach, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video.